15-year boy kidnapped a 14-year girl and tied up her and had sexual assault. Welcome to Guilty or Not. Arizona, a southern U.S. state known for the Grand Canyon, has more than 8 interstate junctions and 10 midpoints between Phoenix and Tucson, with a population of 10,475 people. Todd Kohlhepp was born on 7 March 1971 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. His real name was Todd Christopher Kohlhepp. Was just 2 when his parent divorced. He spent his childhood living with his mother and stepfather in Georgia and South Carolina. Having not seen his biological father in 8 years, he decided at age 13 he wanted to live with him. He packed up and moved across the country to Arizona. While in high school, Todd had some signs of emotional instability and a mental illness. As a kid, this made things challenging in nursing school. At the time he started counseling, he was violent towards both children and animals. Among his other acts of cruelty to animals, he shot a dog with a BB gun and killed a goldfish by dissolving it in Clorox bleach. It was discovered that he had a traumatic personality and was preoccupied with sexual thoughts and desires when he was put into a mental facility. In order to protect herself from her son, his mother put multiple locks on her bedroom and locked him in his room. Todd's father, who lived away from him, was obsessed with guns, and had multiple girlfriends. The way his father treated him soon made him angry. His mother made excuses to keep him with his biological father when Todd requested her to take him back with her. Kohlhepp decided to act on a 14-year-old girl who lived in Tempe on November 25. He wanted her to be his girlfriend. One night, she was babysitting with her 2 younger siblings when Kohlhepp walked over to her house with a gun. Sibling was forced to go back to the house after the gun was pointed at her, and forced her to walk toward his house. He tied her up and raped her once she arrived. He walked her back to her house, warning her that if she said anything else.
I said, "What made you think you could do that?"
What did he say?
He just looked at me and said, "I don't want it anymore."
Reggie Tagg will never forget the day Kohlhepp's step-siblings were picked up from school and he was not.
He was hurt.
Kohlhepp raped a 14-year-old girl.
He'd had a crush on her, and he wanted her to be his girlfriend. And Todd went down there and got her and brought her home. And...
At gunpoint?
Yes. He did.
He would kill her siblings. But she had called the cops anyway, and Kohlhepp was immediately arrested. The charges against him were dropped after he pleaded guilty to the kidnapping charge in 1987. After serving 14 years behind bars, he was released in 2001 and returned to his hometown in South Carolina. Todd earned a bachelor's degree in computer science while in prison. He was also diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. He worked as a graphic designer for a company in Spartanburg from January 2002 to November 2003. Kohlhepp decided he wanted to get a motorcycle and went to a superbike motorcycle store. The employee mocked him and laughed at Kohlhepp. When Kohlhepp pulled out a gun, he killed the owner of the business, Scott Ponder, with 3 other people, whose bodies were found by a customer on November 6, 2003. In 2008, with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration, Marketing, Kohlhepp obtained a license to practice real estate, despite being a sex offender, since June 30, 2006. In May 2014 he purchased nearly 100 acres of land, located in an area 9 miles from Kohlhepp. Frequently Waffle House near his house, a waitress named Megan Lee McCraw-Coxey, became a sexual target while eventually felt so uncomfortable that she asked a male cook to take Kohlhepp order whenever he entered the restaurant. Something must have changed. Possibly a need for extra money, because MC Craw on his property on December 22, 2015. It had been reported that they were missing. Carla Brown and Charles Carver were also lured to his property by the promise of employment. Carla Brown and Charles Carver went missing August 31, 2016. Months later, Kohlhepp's world came crashing down. On November 3, 2016, police tracked Brown and Carver's last known cell phone activity, which led him to the Kohlhepp property, in which they heard someone banging on a wall and screaming. Following the noises, they noticed a shipping container. When they opened it, they discovered Brown chained inside. She told police she saw Kohlhepp shoot her boyfriend. Carver's car was discovered somewhat hidden in Kohlhepp territory.
Watch out. Y'all move. I got it. Watch out, boss. Back up.
Hey, Joey.
Sheriff's officer.
Sheriff's officer.
What?
Grab that.
Back up there.
Just one. Are you okay?
Grab what? Go.
Do you have any weapons? Coming through, okay?
What's your name?
What's your name, man?
Lauren. Okay. All right.
Just a girl.
Just a girl. How are you, honey?
We're bolt cutters.
This is our best. He's a paramedic, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get you out of there. Okay.
Just hang loose for me.
Anybody got I need a handcuff key. Handcuff key. I don't.
I got it right here. Hold up. Y'all slide back. Hold on.
He's got a light. We gotta let him take photographs. Randy, let me see your light, Brandon. You can put your hands down, sweetheart. You're okay. We're here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Y'all sit back for me.
Light on or off?
You're fine. We'll get the rest of it here. Let's get her out of here.
We're getting bolt cutters, honey. Don't. You got pictures of the cuffs?
No, hold on.
Bolt cutters.
It's both feet.
Just one.
Let me
It's
see.
attached to a chain from
Okay.
the wall,
Okay.
and my neck's attached to the wall up here.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get you out, sweetheart. Okay.
You got a handcuff key.
I got mine's in my car. Mine's in my car. Gloves on when I did that.
No big deal.
Bolt cutter.
No big deal.
Just hit the chain right there, loose.
Hold it up.
Just right there at her hand, Brandon. We'll get it off.
We'll get it off here. Cut it right here.
Do you know where your buddy is?
Charlie,
Yes.
he shot him.
He shot him.
Who did? Douche.
Todd Kohlhepp shot Charlie Carver 3 times in the chest, wrapped him in a blue tarp, put him in the bucket of the tractor, locked me down here, and I never seen him again.
Okay.
He says he's dead and buried. He says there's several bodies dead and buried out here, and he says that the dogs will be ruined if they go looking because there's red pepper.
We're gonna step you out, sweet. Because there's what?
Red pepper.
Okay. Tell the dog people that.
He says
No,
there's pepper everywhere around the
Brown stated that Carver was buried somewhere in the vicinity. She said she was chained up by her neck and her hands bound behind her back after Carver was killed, and Kohlhepp told her he would take her to another building where graves were located. Kohlhepp would feed her then rape her after her rescue. Law enforcement finally tracked down Kohlhepp and he was arrested.
Alright, this is where we're at, Mr. Kohlhepp. While we were here, alright, my sergeant served a search warrant on your property. Okay? We have Kayla.
Excuse me?
We have Kayla in your property. She was locked in a container. Okay? She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay? So at this time, I'm going to need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back.
He's already
handcuffed.
handcuffed.
already cuffed.
Okay. You're under arrest right now for kidnapping. All right? They're continuing to search your property. They're going to continue. They got cadaver dogs down there. Okay? If you want to help yourself, tell me where Charlie's at so we can go find his body. That's pretty much where we're at right now.
Okay.
Do you want to help yourself and tell me where the body's at so we can go recover Charlie's body?
No, sir.
You don't want to?
No, sir.
Okay. Why'd you shoot him?
I didn't shoot anybody, sir.
Okay, why'd you lock her in a container in your property?
I was talking
She's on your property right now, locked in a container. They just got her out of they called it a specific
Shipping
name.
container?
Connex box. She was locked in a container in a Connex box. They got her. We have investigators. We have like 20 investigators on your property right now.
Okay.
And they have found her in the Connex box. So she never left your property.
Okay.
Okay, you locked her in the Connex box, and she has told investigators that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay, so I'm trying to give you an opportunity to help yourself and help us, help you find this body. Because she's saying Charlie's body, you buried Charlie's body on that property.
No, sir.
So you're saying you didn't lock her up, you didn't put her in the Connex box or anything?
No, sir. I'm going to need an attorney.
Probably a good thing. Go ahead and put him in the back of your car.
Sir. Can,
Come on,
yes, sir, I will. Can I,
Okay.
I'm not resisting.
okay, just stand up for me.
Will you
Stand up for me.
Yes, sir. Come here, Taz.
You can try to put her in the box.
Yes, what I was going to ask you to do, please, is if you could take the dog's phone numbers.
Police searched Kohlhepp property searching for his victim. They found the bodies of Charles Carpenter, Megan Lee McGraw Coxey, and Johnny Coxey. They were all missing from December 2015. Brown also told the detectives that he told her about the motorcycle. The knife, he used in his murder, has not stabbed anyone. When Kohlhepp computer and online activity were dissected, they discovered his penchant for leaving morbid reviews on Amazon for the items used in his murder. In the end, Todd was sentenced to 7 consecutive life sentences for his crime, and he is currently serving his sentence at Broad River Correctional Facility in Columbia, South Carolina. However, when it comes to this serial killer, there are still some unknowns. Todd has claimed he murdered at least 2 other victims whose bodies have not been found. Kalabrown was seen on back-to-back segments of Dr. Phil Brown's interviews with host Phil McGraw. She was rescued by police.